In October 2019, a survey by the United Nations Children's Fund named Nigeria as the country with the most people practicing open defecation, now passing India, which outlawed the practice. About 25% or more than 47 million Nigerians were said to lack access to toilet facilities, with the majority in rural areas where many poor people can't afford to install toilets in their homes. Now, the result, of course, is defecation in bushes and fields, leading to contaminated water supplies and the spread of disease. And this situation prompted the president to sign Executive Order 009 to end open defecation in the country by 2025. The order establishes a national secretariat called the Clean Nigeria Campaign Secretariat, whose core mandate will be ensuring that all public places have accessible toilets and latrines within their premises. And 1 year after, what has been the progress made? Has Nigeria's fortunes changed for the better as a result? Well, our guests are set to provide answers to these and more on the program. Welcome to Nigeria Today. I'm Victor Azu. Now joining me to discuss campaign against open defecation 1 year after is Chizoma Opara, Acting National Coordinator, Clean Nigeria Campaign. Welcome to the program.
Thank you very much.
I've also been joined by Elizabeth Jael, National Coordinator, Sanitation and Hygiene Fund. She joins us via Zoom. Good to have you on Nigeria Today.
Thank you very much.
All right, let me begin here with Chizoma. 1 year after the Clean Nigeria Campaign launch, what has changed?
Thank you very much. Exactly 1 year today, we were all part of the flag-off ceremony that marked the launch of the Clean Nigeria Use the Toilet campaign. And that came from the background that Nigeria was now at the top of that ladder. While India has exited, Nigeria is up there. And we also are aware that we have developed in 2016 and launched the roadmap to end open defecation in Nigeria by 2025. But that document was actually not operationalized. It became necessary, with the leadership of the Honorable Minister of Water Resources, Engineer Suleiman H. Adamu, who actually, pushed, and we began to talk about replicating what India did, the Swachh Bharat mission, which actually led India through ending open defecation. Now, that's happened on the 19th, and on the 20th, just like you said, there was the Executive Order 009, ending open defecation and other related matters. And since then, we have also seen that most states have also, joined to flag off that campaign within the states. They have also been able to, develop the state roadmap towards ending open defecation within the states. When we also, flagged off that campaign last year, we had 16 local governments in Nigeria that were open defecation free. But as of today, we have 33 local governments, and before the end of the year, we hope that we're going to have more local governments that would be declared open defecation free.
All right. Thank you very much for your opening shot, Chizoma. Now, let me take a similar question to Elizabeth via Zoom. What is your assessment of the Clean Nigeria campaign? Has Nigeria moved up even by one? Elizabeth now.
Okay, thank you very much. I can confidently say that the Clean Nigeria Use the Toilet campaign has done quite a lot just in 1 year. And this has been through the sector coordination that the ministry was doing before even the launch. That it is as a result of the sector coordination and strengthening, coordinating with partners, international development partners, government partners at the lower levels, states and local governments, and also working together with civil society and the private sector as well that, I mean, recognize, and with the political will that was provided and is still being provided by the federal government, the need to ensure that the country takes, I mean, its citizens out of that status of most of them defecating in the open. And this, with the launch of the campaign, the efforts, I mean, moved to another level. And like Mrs. Okpara rightly said, today from one local government that was open defecation in 2015, and by the time the launch took place between that 2015 to date, we have about 33 local governments that are now open defecation free, and we're still counting. The campaign has raised awareness and is raising awareness on the need to stop open defecation. It's aimed at letting the Nigerian population change their behavior. It's a behavioral change campaign. Once they realize that they tend to lose more in defecating in the open than building toilets and using the toilets, which is what, using the number of ODS has, demonstrated that the campaign is making impact. And so I can confidently say that the Clean Nigeria Use the Toilet campaign has made great impact, and we hope to make more as we continue in the campaign.
Thank you. Thank you.
We hope that Nigeria will be open defecation.
All right. Now, we'll take the issues one after the other. But apparently, Nigeria hasn't made much progress in the last 1 year. At least for one, we are still bottom of that ladder, the open defecation ladder. So what are the factors militating against improved open defecation status? You care to share, Elizabeth?
Okay, like I earlier said, the issue of behavioral change is not something to be achieved in 1 day. A whole lot of people have been indulging in this practice for long. And so we cannot have 100% change in attitudes from households, from persons, communities, and households in 1 day. But then we hope that we are going to do better within the 1 year. And let me say, as it is with all programs and projects, this is the initiation phase. So much is still happening. A whole lot of political will at the lower levels of government is ongoing. Mobilization is ongoing. And within this 1 year, federal government has done a lot to bring more partners on board, to ensure that the state takes responsibility and the local government also takes responsibility. To date, we have several states that have also launched their state campaigns. A whole lot of states are also signing on to the national frameworks that have been provided. And with the effects of COVID, with the COVID pandemic that took its toll on the country beginning from March this year, has also brought a lot of positive gains to.
It appears we've lost her momentarily there. But let me get back here in the studio with Chizoma. Yeah. What might because it appears, at least we agree, that not much has been achieved, just a little in terms of local governments. You gained more local government from 16 to 33. But apart from counting in terms of local government, what might the performance indicators be for improvement in open defecation habits? How do I know, for instance, if we are making progress? Okay,
now, just like my colleague started, behavior change is one, issue that needs a whole lot. You need to put a whole lot for you to achieve that. And it's not something that you can achieve overnight. And we saw what happened even with India, that they put up a very big, they mounted a very big behavioral change campaign, and the political will was also there that was we have also seen that happening, because with the national launch, the Honorable Minister had times that he has met with most of the state governors. There had been a whole lot of advocacy to see how you can get the buy-in of most of executive governors. Now, just like you asked, what could be the indicators? Now, we are still at the starting phase. Now, we flagged off at the national level. As at today, we have 12 states that have flagged off. It's not encouraging, but we expect more. The roadmap, we also see that about 20 states have actually, developed a state-specific roadmap. And we're actually looking at developing a roadmap with a clear budget line. And we also believe that once it's there, you also have the releases. Now, at the national level, we also have the National Steering, Committee, which is supposed to give oversight function to the campaign. And that was inaugurated by the Vice President on the 28th of May. And most of the states as well have also done that. We see about 16 to 18 of them that have also been able to, constitute that steering committee, because coordination is also quite key for us to succeed. So we need a whole lot of coordinating and coming together, because it's a movement. We see it as a movement. India saw it as a movement. So if we push and we see it as a movement, then we'll actually be able to, succeed. Then again, in terms of collaboration, we have also seen in August this year as well, the Honorable Minister and the National Orientation Agency, DG, also came together to say, yes, we need to push a campaign in collaboration with these two organizations. Now, we know that the National Orientation Agency, they have the platform, they have the reach. And with that, there have been a whole lot that has been happening, because Indeed. We have now been able to, train most of the community mobilization officers at the grassroots, at the local government level, who are now taking it down to the grassroots. And that is why a whole lot in terms of people even getting aware to know that, okay, so something like this is even happening. We are beginning to get that.
All right, thank you very much indeed. But I do know that India left us behind, by widespread building of public toilets, among other measures like the behavioral change campaign and all that. I'll be asking next how many toilets Nigeria has built in the last 1 year, but that will be after this break. Please don't go away.
I think there is improvement to me personally, because before now, anywhere you go, you smell everything. But now you can see, like, this environment is looking cleaner than ever. And I've seen, especially in markets, I've seen open toilets where they've built toilets.
I don't think the Nigerian mentality, they have not changed concerning open defecation. I can see everywhere, feces litter everywhere in the street. Okay, there's nothing that has changed, sincerely. They should re-strategize and carry out good advocacy.
If we can see tremendous impact in the spread of toilets all over the country, it will go a long way to ameliorate this challenge, okay? Like I said, the environment matters too. And the beauty of the environment is a plus for the speedy development of the country, So we expect that they should do more if they have even started at all. There should be widespread installation, so to say, of toilet facilities in major crannies of the cities, especially the urban cities, and before they spread to the rural areas. Rural areas need more presence, because of the habits and the challenges of the people in those environments.
All right, welcome back. And this is Nigeria Today. If you've just tuned in, you're right on time. We've been discussing campaign against open defecation 1 year after. Now, I was asking earlier, I understand Elizabeth has rejoined us. I was asking earlier, India left us behind by widespread building of public toilets, and that's, of course, apart from the behavioral change campaign. How many toilets, public toilets that is, has Nigeria built in the last 1 year?
Okay. Okay. Let me just take that up now.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm aware that for Nigeria, from the onset of this particular campaign, we're saying that individuals, households should build their household toilets, while the public toilets, there will definitely going to be a whole lot of intervention from the government, from the private sector. And we're also aware of the weight that, the private sector is also going to be throwing in this regard. But I also, just like there's this program that was also, the webinar that happened this morning, where a representative of our honorable minister was actually saying that we actually need the states to also make provision for land, because a whole lot is in that in that area, because if the land is not made available, then building this toilet we're not going to achieve that. So we also want that to be addressed, where the land should be made should be provided by most of our state governments, so that the issue of building these toilets, because we see the private sector also coming on board to say, yes, we want to give that support. But be it as it may, like the roadmap is talking about building at least 9.4 million toilets, and meaning that we should every year have 2 million toilets. As at today, from just 16 states, we have like 380,000 toilets, which is still far, but that is not just across the country. So again, we are looking at the fact that more awareness needs to be created, because a whole lot is happening within the households. And then once we are able to get even most of our houses, because you have public toilets and then they don't have them in their homes, it's also another issue on its own.
All right. Thank you. Let me go back to Elizabeth now. You are also part of the campaign. So what are the challenges so far recorded in a bid to achieve the objectives of the campaign, particularly in the rural areas where access to water is very poor?
Okay. Like we earlier said, the issue of social mobilization, which were, the government and also civil society, as well as the private sector, are working towards getting the citizens to understand the need to change, to stop open defecation is one. Also, Nigeria is a big, very big country, so many people. And, with the system of governance we are running, we have at the top level, the issue of the political will is very clear. With the launch of the campaign, with all the frameworks, the sector coordination all is top.
Oh dear.
But then where the bulk of that is at the lower levels, at the state and the local government level. We need more political commitment. There is, yes, but there has to be a step up, in the number of governors and the number of local governments, chairmen that are committed to getting this issue of open defecation eating up the path. There is also the issue of synergy. We have partners, a whole lot of partners doing different things. We need to synergize in a way, and especially at the lower levels. At the national, this is done. But at the lower levels, there is still that gap. Another issue is the issue of mobilization. Funds, resource mobilization. We have a situation where most state governments will make budgets, for the water sector, but there will be either zero or very minimal percentage will be released. That is also another challenge. So these are some of the challenges that we can say at this moment are hampering this campaign. But we believe we are going to do better moving forward. Thank you.
But most of the things you have said give me the impression that advocacy is at the heart of them, most of the issues you've raised. So how much advocacy is carried out in the rural areas? Because there's also a need for change in mentality. And I add that you also need to engage the state governments to make them see the need and do more.
At the moment, so much is being done. Like Mrs. Okpara said, the government at this level is not, at the national, is not relenting. They are providing the enabling environment. There are sector frameworks, so many of them. They provided platforms for the state government to key in. And to key into these platforms is challenging. We have a situation where state governments are to contribute a counterpart funding or to put matching grants to make some minimal investments, and then the federal government will match either the same level of investment. That is also proving challenging, you know. So what we hope and we're asking is for people partnership. Let people realize that the issue of water sanitation and hygiene does not rest with one person. We have the private sector that has organized at this level, and the level of organization is ongoing. Things move from here down to the level. There is the Federal Ministry of Water Resources is ensuring all the mechanisms that are put in place at the national are also put in place at the community, at the local levels, at the states and at the community levels. From the government side, we have the federal, we have the ministries of water resources and environment in some states. Then we have the SDGs also doing their bit. We have the RUASAs in the various states, and then we have the departments of WASH in local governments, or either units or full-fledged departments. All these issues are being addressed with the roadmap of the state's ODF roadmaps.
Okay. Now we are running out of time. But let me hold you there and get back to Chizoba in the studio. Now, you've heard all she said.
Yeah.
There is a need to perhaps go back to basics. Let me just take you back.
Okay.
What would you say is the motivating factor or factors for open defecation? Because if we know that, we may as well be able to tackle the issue from the beginning. What are those motivating factors? Okay,
now, like most of, in the course of, implementation of some of these programs, we discover that some of them have a whole lot of myths around them. And some of them also have the fact that it's an old habit that one needs to break. They need that awareness. Okay. And awareness creation is not awareness creation is not a one-off thing. Now, I just want to let's draw attention to one of the approaches that we are using, which is called the community-led total sanitation. Now, the community-led total sanitation is this approach where, communities are, sensitized, and then they are triggered to action. And at that moment, you see that realization that I didn't know this. I didn't know that. We didn't even know that this is bad. So it is an approach that is working. And that is what has led us to where we are today, that we can begin to talk about this number of local governments that have achieved open defecation free. And it's something that is ongoing. And we need, with a whole lot of, capacity building around it, and then making sure that most of the states, also have a whole lot of capacities around that to ensure that that happens. So the community-led total sanitation, though is slow, but we see that it is something that has brought them, to that realization. And we see that what we have achieved today is as a result of this particular approach. But of course, we're not just going to, rest on that. But we're also looking at a whole lot of other approaches to see that, we drive home that point, the fact that open defecation is bad. And then
thank you.
Yeah.
Let me now. I have one question I'll throw to both of you.
Okay.
And I'll have just 30 seconds max for each of you to answer it. Given all that we know, is the 2025 open defecation free target realizable? Let me start with you. 30 seconds.
It's okay. I would tell you that it is realizable, because what we are seeing today, because now that the awareness is being created and most of the states are understanding what needs to be done. I tell you something. We had like states that had 6 local governments open defecation free. There is that competition. We have already started seeing that competition amongst states. Now, working towards, as I speak to you, there's, activities that are going on in Jigawa, they're going on in Katsina. They are working towards, surpassing the other. So that is that level of competition that also happened in India. And we look forward that when we get to that level where all of us begin to say, yes, my state must be open defecation free. And that is where we would say that, yes, we are getting there. So I believe that 2025, we can actually
All right, let me quickly take the next 30 seconds with Elizabeth. Is 2025 as target for Nigeria to become open defecation free realizable? Is it feasible? In 30 seconds, please.
It is realizable. Like my sister said, so much is being done currently from the community to the top level. For instance, the issue of CLTS that she just mentioned is giving us fast results. There are several other models that are being used at the moment. Learning is ongoing, best practices is ongoing to ensure that we do not stick just to one model, but we use, a number of them to be able to achieve the result.
All right, thank you.
More investments.
I'm sorry, I have to go. I wish we can go on and on, but time flies. And both of you at least agree that 2025 is achievable. So I'll just wish you all the best in your campaign. It's been a pleasure talking with you both. And via Zoom, Elizabeth Jael, National Coordinator, Sanitation and Hygiene Fund. Thank you so much for coming on Nigeria Today.
Thank you.
All right, and also Chizoma Opara, Acting National Coordinator, Clean Nigeria Campaign. Thank you for your time and insights.
Thank you very much.
Now, Nigeria Today returns tomorrow at 7:30 in the evening. But be sure to watch this and other editions of the program on www.youtube.com/NTA News 24 Hub. My name is Victor Azul. Thank you for your company.